getting a lot of kills in a shooter game is not really that hard. With that being said, it is all about the type of game, since you have easier games like Call of Duty where getting kills is pretty easy. Then you have games like Escape from Tarkov, which is the complete opposite, really hard. However, there is one mixture between these two games that is called Squad. This is a military-style game that has a big map with 50 players on each team. Getting kills in this game is not that easy, as one bullet can instantly kill you. Along with that, you usually have no idea where you're getting shot from. But let's take a look at how the game mode works. The goal is to deplete the enemy team of their tickets. Each team starts the match with a set amount of tickets, and little things like dying, losing a vehicle, and losing a radio will decrease those tickets. Once all the tickets are gone, the team with any left wins. And with that being said, this is the story of my greatest squad game ever. On January 11th, 2024, I would load into a game of Squad not realizing that this would be my best game ever played. We are starting on a map called Al-Basra, which is a 10.2 square kilometer desert map set in the Republic of Iraq. Desert maps in Squad tend to be really hard, as they are wide open deserts with not much cover, so I knew this was going to be tough. The game mode consists of 5 capture points on the map. Each point was a defense point for my team to protect, and if the enemy captured it, they would gain tickets. The first location to defend is Basra Airport. This is located in the middle of the desert with not a lot of protection. There are some walls and some hangars and a building, but that's about it. The enemy usually surrounds this place very quickly. The second location is the North Highway 6 bridge, which is way worse than the first, with no cover at all and directly outside of the enemy spawn, making this the hardest point to protect. Third, we have a small location in the middle of the map called Guest House SOC, a location that consists of a small complex and high walls. The problem, it can be surrounded very easily by enemy vehicles like tanks. Then the last location we're going to mention is the biggest location for me in this match. This is Alora, a small village on the outskirts of the map with a little river going by it. Filled with plenty of cover on the inside and lots of walls, this position is a major stronghold in any match. But I would never have imagined what this location would mean to me. The match would start out pretty quiet, as the first location was the Basra Airport, in which my team would build what is called a super fob. These are just really large bases with lots of buildings put there by the players. But the problem is that one artillery strike will usually wipe them all out. As the enemies contested one side of the point, I would throw a lot of grenades over to their location and get a few kills, but that was about it. And very quickly we got overran and lost that point within the first 15 minutes of the match. Then I realized something major. There were no bases on the map that my team made for the next defense locations, so I knew this wasn't looking good. Me and my team decided to take matters into our own hands and worked our way over to the North Highway 6 bridge in 2 vehicles. However, this did not end well, as both vehicles and every person in them would die almost instantly. And since my team died on that point, that meant it was an easy capture for the enemy team, gaining them 100 tickets. Then the turning point of the match would start to show its face. The 2 locations left are Guest House and Alora, in which my team managed to build a base there and we were looking good. As the rest of the team built the base on Guest House, my squad was in charge of Alora. So we loaded up some lodges with supplies to build a base and headed over there, not knowing that this location was about to have some unwanted company. We would build the base and me and a teammate would work our way to the north and get in a little group of buildings. My teammate would blow up an enemy vehicle with a C4 and all was well. That was until I got a call over the radio. Something else coming.
Yuppy. Full lodging headed your way. Full of infantry.
Yeah.
On observe.
An enemy Logi was coming in my direction filled with people. I would run to the side they were driving by and pop a few shots, getting a kill or two, but the work isn't over yet. If the enemies managed to get around to the west of Alora and set up a base, this would cause disaster for me and the rest of my team. So I knew I had to work fast. I began running in the direction that the enemy Logi had went and finally managed to catch up. I found a nice little hilltop overlooking where they got out and saw some enemies crossing the water. My squad leader would drop an artillery strike right on them, destroying the Logi and the radio, which I didn't see yet. Once the artillery finally calmed down, it was now my job to take over, as if they dug the radio back up, it would mean enemies could start spawning and we would be in trouble. So the objective was clear: protect the radio at all costs, making sure they couldn't come back. I managed to line up some kills and make sure that the radio went down, meaning that we would gain tickets and the enemy would lose some, making this a huge victory for my team. But as me and my team would celebrate, the work wasn't done yet. I started to move up to the north and found myself sitting by the edge of this bridge. This spot allowed me to see enemies pushing into buildings of Alora, since, as of this point, Guest House was now under enemy control. I managed to get a few kills and was worried that my location was going to be compromised very soon. So I decided to crawl across the bridge to get on the other side of the water. However, when I got to the other side, I would peek over the hill and see a player running straight at me. Figuring that they saw me, I moved position to the left and peeked again. I got my scope stable and took the shot. One down. But it wasn't over yet, as running right behind him was another player, so I knew this would be trouble since he probably saw me shoot. But then I lined up fast and took the shot. One shot, one kill. I would look around checking for more, but couldn't find anyone, so I moved positions again. This is the next location, an old blown up Logi against a building. I would move to use this Logi as protection along with the building and set up. At this point, it is very important to note that I have limited ammo. Along with that, I have no way to get more, so every bullet was precious. Once I got set up, I saw a small head far in the distance and decided whether I should take the shot or not. I would line it up, hold my breath, and shoot, hitting a really far shot in the head, wasting little ammo and not giving away my position. However, that kill led to a whole lot more, as this area is filled with enemy players. I would then peek the left side of the building, spotting an enemy vehicle, but with my rifle, there isn't much I can really do. While looking at this vehicle, I hear an enemy armored vehicle behind me, so I start to worry, as one shot can kill me instantly. I keep an eye on the lookout for it, but I got lucky as it went in the water and drove away from me. So I was safe for now. I would then notice something huge. The enemy vehicle moved up into my sight again, and I would make a call that is truly a wonder even to this day.
We were responsible for 2 radios. I mean, we held out.
When he comes back out of that building, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna try it. The vehicle that has been causing us so many problems had one weakness: a single operator. Because if I don't, then... Oh, I got him! And with that, the vehicle would be down for now without anyone to use it. I then returned to watch over this field, and I would see a few more enemies and pick them off the best I can. After all that, I thought my reign of terror was over, as an enemy helicopter was landing right in front of me, and there was no way I can kill it, and there's no way that it wouldn't spot me. However, luck would be on my side, as a teammate would shoot a rocket at it, causing it to catch fire and eventually explode, not allowing a lot of time for my location to be uncovered. Now that the helicopter was gone and I was safe for now, I began scouting the field once more. But there was one problem. The enemies had captured Alora and then started to move to the east for the final objective. So, with that latest information, I started to move to the east and try to catch anyone rotating off the point, in which I caught one guy, but that was all. And after 1.5 hours of this match, all the hard-fought effort and work we did together, it was not enough. We would lose the match 139-0, but regardless, that was one of my greatest squad matches ever. So looking at the final scoreboard, I got 35 total kills, with 22 of them being confirmed and 4 deaths. So after seeing that, I was very happy. I mean, just look at my expression. The tide cannot be overturned by just one person. It requires a team. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please sub to my channel and watch me stream on kick.com/yuppy, as that is where this match was played. Thank you for watching.